Hello and welcome to the Gold and Silver Club weekly commodities review presented by myself, Phil Carr, and Nick Cowsey at the Gold and Silver Club. Today we will be reviewing the latest developments in the commodities markets. We'll be analysing the week's performance. The live session will be covering a end of week summary for the metals, energies and agriculture. We'll be looking at the top trades of the week. We'll cover live market commentary and technical analysis. We'll look at the week ahead, so key events looking forward, and of course we'll be answering any questions you may have too. So first of all, we just take a look at the major news which is due out today. Traders await Fed Chair Yellen's speech in Jackson Hole. Gold prices rebounded on Friday, but still traded near a 2-month low as commodity traders await the highly anticipated speech by Federal Reserve Chair Janet Yellen later in the day from the Annual Central Bankers Symposium in Jackson Hole for fresh clues about the timing of U.S. interest rate hikes. It is widely expected that Yellen will deliver a dovish speech, whilst most probably underlining that there is still significant slack in the U.S. Labor Market, which will be bullish for the precious metals and bearish for the U.S. dollar. On the flip side of that, should Yellen suggest that more hawkish FOMC members are starting to influence her thinking, then we could see significant volatility, which will be bullish for the US dollar and bearish for the precious metals. So regardless of the outcome, Yellen's speech is expected to present traders with multiple highly lucrative trading opportunities across the commodities markets. Elsewhere, oil prices surge following the latest US inventories data. The current report from the US Energy Information Administration on Wednesday showed a massive decrease in crude oil supplies versus demand. On Thursday, upbeat US economic data, including the Philadelphia Fed Index, US home sales, and jobless claims, painted an optimistic picture, suggesting the world's largest economy will consume more energy going forward, which drove crude oil prices up further, as highlighted in our top trades of the week. So before we take a look at the technicals and the top trades of the week, I am Phil Carr, professional trainer and speaker. I'm the co-founder and director of the Gold and Silver Club. I specialize in teaching people how to make money from trading the most lucrative financial markets in the world. So gold, silver, oil, natural gas, agricultural commodities. I've trained thousands of individuals to become independent traders and successfully manage their own investment portfolio. And I'm responsible for the research and development of the Gold and Silver Club trademark strategies that have a proven track record of generating returns for traders, and also contribute to a number of financial publications and speak at numerous trading seminars, webinars and workshops. Joining me in running the Gold and Silver Club is Nick Cowsey, professional trader, investment analyst and speaker. Nick began his career within private wealth management in 2002 before making the transition into proprietary trading. Prior to co-founding the Gold and Silver Club, spent several years coaching professional fund managers and traders internationally for some of the world's top-tier hedge funds and investment banks. And through his first-hand relationship with some of the world's most successful traders, discovered the formula, mindset and tools that can give any individual the definitive edge to trade in any economy. Also regularly writes for a number of global business and financial publications. We've appeared frequently on financial television. So if we take a look at the price of gold at the moment, we're currently trading at 1,276 US dollars per ounce. So we'll take a look at the technicals very shortly. Before we do so, we'll have a look at the top trades of the week using the Gold and Silver Club's signature trading strategies. So first of all, we had a lovely sell short opportunity earlier on this week on palladium as it peaked and came up to 900 US dollars per ounce, our profit target, and then it reversed and gave us an opportunity to actually sell short on profit takers. So we had 100-point risk on this trade, so $1,000 risk on each lot, traded for a profit here of 250 points, so 2,500 US dollars profit for a 2.5 to 1 risk to reward. Brent crude oil gave us a lovely breakout trade yesterday. The risk on the trade was 35 points, $350 for each lot, traded for a profit of 105 points, $1,050 profit for a 3 to 1. And we also had a lovely breakout trade on WTI crude oil as well. So the risk on that was 30 points, very tight risk for a 150-point breakout. So $300 risk for a 1,500 US dollar profit on WTI crude oil. So we've had some lovely trade opportunities this week. So we'll take a look now at the live markets, and we'll have a look at how the technicals are doing at the moment. First market we will take a look at is gold. So gold is actually looking very interesting right now. It's come down, it's tested a major support zone. We came down and tested a major Fibonacci and key support zone at the 1272 level just yesterday. Now this was the breakout point going back to June's FOMC. This is where the price was sitting prior to the breakout. We were looking for a break above the 1272 level, and we got a huge move to the upside. Nice V-shaped reversal pattern to take advantage of. Now, at the moment, we're on the third bounce of this trend channel now. You can see one bounce coming back to the end of December 2013, another bounce in June 2014, and we're now finding another bounce just yesterday around the 1272 level. So you want to take a look at this just ever so slightly in a tighter time frame here. So far we are getting supported, so we haven't broken through this major support zone on Friday. What we'll be looking at for today is to see how gold is going to close. It will be important for gold to close towards the upper end of today's daily trading range. So if gold can close near the 1282 level, or certainly get a move higher than that, we could really be due some further upside as we come into next week here. If we do break through the 1272 level here, this is a major trend channel. We could certainly see a lot of downside coming really back down initially to the 1260 zone, and then you've got key levels at 1250 and also 1240 just below. But so far gold is holding up on Friday at the moment. We're currently trading at 1,277 US dollars an ounce. We can see this trend line we bounced off yesterday is finding support for the market at the moment. So gold is going to be a very interesting one to watch as we come into the close on Friday. This current price could represent a great value trade for a bounce much higher here. If you actually look at the pennant here on the channel which we've been forming recently, and also we've got a downward trending channel in the more just going into the tighter time frame here, you can see we've actually come to the lower end of this downward trend channel, and this is usually where we would expect some sort of support for gold and a move back up to certainly the 1300s here. So we just need to see whether this level will get supported. If we take a look at confluencing markets such as palladium, palladium's actually holding up very well. We had a pullback earlier on this week. We came back down to 865 US dollars per ounce. Nice pullback. Expected, to be honest, once we'd actually come up and we'd broken out to the 900 US dollars per ounce level. We did get a setup earlier on this week just to sell short back to our support zone, 865. Pleased to see that held, and now we're getting a pretty good move today on Friday. We've closed above yesterday's highs, above Wednesday's highs, and we look like we're going to get another move back towards the resistance zone of the 900 level for about another 150 points here. So palladium looking strong today on Friday. Platinum has also come down to a major support zone as well. We've had quite a large pullback on platinum over the last couple of weeks. It's been a weaker metal, hasn't held up as well as palladium and copper, but again there might well be some trade opportunities around the current zone here. So we are in a support zone around the 1414 level. Very curious to see how platinum is actually going to close out the week here. Overall, we do have a nice strong upward trending channel. You can see again we've got a support zone around the 1440 level, 1440, which is being held at the moment. So again, we need to see whether platinum will hold on to this support and again could provide some great value trades as we go into next week in September as well. Moving across to some of the softs here, corn in fact got a nice breakout a couple of days ago, just on Wednesday. We've been in a consolidation of corn. We still need to break out ever so slightly higher here. We need to get a move about just above the 370 level with corn to get a breakout from this trend channel that we've been in for the best part of a month now. We're continuing just to ricochet between support and resistance between the 347 up to 370 here. So we're looking for a breakout. In the short term, it looks bullish. We have managed to close. We're looking like we're going to close at near the weekly highs here. So corn, we do like this for a bullish move in the short term here and see if we can break out the consolidation. You can see wheat is having another run actually at its resistance line here. We've had this channel going on for about 2 months now, since mid-June. So wheat is having another test. If we get a breakout for wheat, we'd expect some confluence there also for the corn market too. So we could get a nice breakout to the upside here. So we'll be looking at that this afternoon to see if we can get a breakout. Also moving over to the oil markets, we have had a nice breakout just yesterday. If we just put it down and have a look at some of the tighter time frames here, we got a lovely breakout to the upside yesterday, helped by inventories here. So we can see the breakout trade that we got. We're just coming back down again. Seems that we're just channeling at the moment with oil in the short term. There is a downward trend channel here as well, which oil is following for the time being, but we're just continuing to ricochet between support and resistance. The 92.50 zone being a very important support zone for oil at the moment, and WTI and crude oil both holding on to their support zones right now. So really the key focus, I would say, as we come into the close here later on today on Friday will be where gold is going to close and whether we are going to hold on to this support zone and start to get some a nice to pivot from this support zone area and get at higher prices as we go into next week in September, or whether we break major support at the 1270 level. So gold is at a very key level right now. This is going to be a great market to watch as we go into next week. So with that, we'll just go through the major news announcements we do have next week, which you need to bear in mind. So first of all, on Monday the 25th of August at 4 p.m. Central Africa time, 10 a.m. Eastern time, we've got the US new home sales. That data measures the annualized number of new single-family homes that were sold during the previous month. This report tends to have more impact when it's released ahead of existing home sales because the reports are tightly correlated. A higher than expected reading should be taken as bullish for the US dollar, and a lower than expected reading should be taken as bearish. Then Tuesday the 26th of August at 2:30 p.m. Central Africa time, 8:30 a.m. Eastern time, we have the US core durable goods. Core durable goods orders measure the change in the total value of new orders for long-lasting manufactured goods, excluding transportation items. So a higher reading indicates increased manufacturing activity. A higher than expected reading should be taken as bullish for the US dollar, while a lower than expected reading should be taken as bearish. And then Tuesday the 26th of August at 4 p.m. Central Africa time, 10 a.m. Eastern time, we have the CB consumer confidence. That data measures the level of consumer confidence in the economy. It is a leading indicator as it can predict consumer spending. High readings point to high consumer optimism. A higher than expected reading should be taken as bullish for the US dollar, while a lower than expected readings should be taken as bearish. And then as we go into midweek next week, we of course have the crude oil inventory. So Wednesday the 27th of August at 4:30 p.m. Central Africa time, 10 a.m. Eastern time, we have the US crude oil inventories. That data reports the number of barrels of crude oil commercial firms have in their inventory. Commercial firms report those inventory levels to the Energy Information Administration on a weekly basis. A higher than expected reading should be taken as bearish for crude oil prices, while a lower than expected reading should be taken as bullish. And then on Thursday, the 28th of August at 4 p.m. Central Africa time, 10 a.m. Eastern time, we have the US initial jobless claims. That data measures the number of individuals who filed for unemployment insurance for the first time during the past week. It is the earliest US economic data. Week-to-week numbers can be volatile. A higher than expected reading should be taken as bullish for the US dollar, while a lower than expected reading should be taken as bearish. And then Thursday, the 28th of August at 4:30 p.m. Central Africa time, 10:30 a.m. Eastern time, we have the US natural gas storage report. So the Energy Information Administration, the EIA natural gas storage report measures the change in the number of cubic feet of natural gas held in underground storage during the past week. A higher than expected reading should be taken as bearish for natural gas, while a lower than expected reading should be taken as bullish. So those are the major news announcements we need to pay attention to over the next week, which will certainly affect the commodities market. And of course, if you'd like to take your trading to the next level, you want to find out more about our upcoming courses, how to join the live trading room, how to get access to our daily live trading calls, you can very simply request information on the Gold and Silver Club live trading room program. Get our daily trade calls. Just very simply go to www.jointhegoldensilverclub.com or contact our Johannesburg office. Just call us on +27 11083 8403, and also hop across to our website. You can subscribe to our newsletter. You'll receive free weekly reports on precious metals, energies, agriculture, as well as live market analysis and prices. So do make sure you take advantage of that at www.thegoldensilverclub.com. What I shall do, I'll just leave the details on the screen for you at the moment so you can get in touch with us to find out more about our upcoming programs. And that is it for today's session, guys. So good trading. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you on the next one. Okay, take care, everyone. Cheers. Bye-bye.